Before entering the lean part on this leadership path, you can benefit from watching the TED Talk held by Mick Moons, The Hidden World of Box Packing. This short film will introduce you to what lean is about, and you will find it from the menu in the top of the screen under our Need a Break section. Lean is a part of understanding how to lead and manage strategies. It is not necessarily the manager that initiates or leads lean improvements, but the manager needs to know what it is to be able to take over the responsibility when lean processes are implemented. Taiichi Ohno is considered by many to be the father of lean, and Jim Womack and Daniel Jones first introduced lean thinking after having studied the Toyota company's way of working. Toyota was able to produce cars much more effectively and cheap than the competitors. They had for a very long time and are still focusing on continuous improvements and especially on reducing waste. Being more effective is what lean is all about, and it is not only for production companies. Any workplace can benefit from lean. The purpose of lean is to continuously improve every little task or process in the company, to be able to profit even more and thereby to be even better equipped to be competitive at all times. The employees are the ones who know best where potential improvements can be found, and therefore it is essential that lean is mostly driven by the employees. It is true, though, that once you have been working with something for a very long time, you tend to be blind for possible changes that can make your working day even more efficient. When you are then taken out of your working day to dream about how your working day could be, if only, then new ideas pop up, and it is these new ideas taken into reality that makes all the difference. Just use 15 minutes once in a while and maybe every day to let your employees dream, and you will see some amazing things happen. Sometimes it can be wise to take in external help if a lot of research has to be done prior to the changes, and you know that the change is considered major and necessary for the company. These externals can be either from another part of the company or from outside the company. Be aware, though, to keep your leadership in the process. It is your team, and leadership of changes cannot altogether be outsourced. There are many aspects of lean, and two important of them are performance management meetings and lean projects. Performance management meetings are small meetings lasting no longer than 15 minutes every morning. These meetings are the manager's full responsibility to facilitate, maintain, and develop. The purpose of the meeting is to kickstart the day by talking about results from the previous day, celebrate the successes, plan the day, come up with new ideas for how to improve daily work, follow up on continuous improvements decided. The goal of these meetings are to continuously improve the way people are working, to be able to decrease cost and increase learning, activities, and business results. Learn more about performance management meetings by entering the leadership path, Lead and Manage Performance. Lean projects are supporting the organization to continuously improve processes and are meant to be when these improvements are too large to be handled in a performance management meeting. Lean projects can be initiated by the manager, but are in many companies initiated by a central unit and supported and run by lean experts. Choose to start a lean project if you believe that the company can benefit from a larger change. It could be within your team's responsibility area or cross more teams than yours. Before you start a project, you have to ask yourself if you believe in the change. Will this change be to the benefit of the customers? Can the company save time and money? Can people work smarter and not harder? What you want to look for is waste. Waste a task there is no need to do anymore because it makes no sense or difference to the customer and the company. Waste can be motion, processes where tasks or goods are moved. It could be a task that are passing more hands, people who are moving from one place to another, or goods that are being physically transported. Overprocessing or overproduction. Processes where more people are doing the same, where a product or a delivery is more perfect than needed, or where a product or parts of a product is stored for longer time than necessary. It could be extra control, writing a paper to the management double as long as needed, or producing too many products for storage. Defects. Processes or goods that ends up being thrown away. It could be defect products or ideas that has taken time to develop and where management is saying no. Waiting. Processes where there is unnecessary waiting time for someone or something. It could be people waiting for each other at meetings or a machine waiting for parts to process. The first thing you have to do is to look at the value chain and see if there is a customer somewhere in the end of the value chain. If not, you have to know why this process even exists. The next thing you do is to describe the process as is and the process to be. Here's an example of an internal printing service team that changed their way of working, saved time and money, and ended up with a faster delivery just by doing things differently. The value chain is simple. Employees from different sales teams in the company orders printout in different formats, colors, and bindings. The printout is used when selling to the customers. All orders come to the 2 employees in the printing center by computer, and the employees who order the printout picks it up when the printing service center is finished. The customers get the printout for information regarding the company's products, and hopefully it will end up with a sale. Value chain is customer, sales team, and printing center. The processes in the printing service center are printing, communication, transportation. All of the 3 processes can be divided into smaller processes, which can be described and changed. Each of the processes described has to be large enough to make sense to work with as a lean project. When you want to work with smaller improvements, you can use performance management meetings where you can do a little adjustment every day. The Printing Service Center has decided to look at the process printing in this lean project, as is situation. As you can see, there were a lot of wasted time in running to and from the computers and to and from paper and packaging station. This has now been removed. This means a faster production and faster delivery to the sales team. The sales team can get their material in time and are able to squeeze deadlines when needed. The first thing to do is to organize the work by mapping what is really going on in the workplace. You can start by drawing your value chains to see if there is a customer in the other end. Next, you can find out what the unit is doing. Map all things happening in the workplace, how long time a task takes, and who is doing it. Use a stopwatch. Study the workplace and find out how each of the tasks is moving through the workplace, changing hands, being transported, controlled, sent, and until it reaches the customer. It may be that some tasks enter more workplaces than what you are responsible for, and it can easily be that the same work is done twice. Ask your team to help you draw the as-is situation for every task done in the workplace. One process for each task. You can glue more paper on the wall and let the team split up to draw the different processes. Start drawing the work processes on the paper. Where does a particular task come in and how does it move in the workplace and out again? Write in between the boxes what you or the team knows about waste, like transportation, double work, and write also how long time a certain task takes. Ask the team to draw the most effective to-be processes. Ask the team not to think about how the workplace looks today, where people are situated, or where equipment is placed. It is time for the team to think out of the box and start to build their workplace all over again. Once the to-be situation is drawn, you and the team should know exactly how long time each task takes to do, who is going to do what, and where the equipment like tables and chairs should be situated. The team can now write a standard operating procedure for each of the processes so everyone working there knows how to do the job. Once the to-be situation is drawn, you and the team can measure the exact time each task takes to do. Now you know how long time each task takes, how many of each task you can manage to do per day, where the equipment like tables and chairs should be placed, and how the team can best organize a flow in the workplace. Flow means that all tasks are handled without delay and that all team members are occupied all the time. You can now decide who is going to do what. The team can also write a standard operating procedure for each of the processes so everyone working there knows how to do the job. Once you know what each team member should be able to accomplish in a day, you can staff and make your plans accordingly. You know exactly how many people you need and what competences they must have or need to learn. You and the team members can now start working according to the new processes and the standard operating procedures. Goals and achievements can then be followed in the daily performance management meetings, where continuous improvements can continue every morning.